As a tourist destination, Greece is a unique country. There are more than 1,000 islands, several seas and rugged snowy mountains, as well as a huge number of ancient historical monuments. Greece's rich history complements its breathtaking scenery, delicious cuisine and warm hospitality, making it a top-notch destination for any kind of tourism. In today's video, we will tell you about the top 10 places in Greece that every visitor to the country must visit. We'll leave links to the best value deals on accommodation and sightseeing in Greece in the comments of the video. Before we start this mesmerizing journey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss new exciting travel videos. So, let's go. Top 10 interesting places in Greece. Santorini is one of the most famous and most visited places in Greece. In fact, the island itself, or rather the largest of several islands, is called Fira. The breathtaking beauty of the islands attracts thousands of tourists every year, leaving them captivated by its unrivaled appearance. Most impressive is the scenery of the west coast, where there are huge, steep cliffs with white houses, which at the top seem to gently descend to the water, and, of course, the gorgeous view of the Aegean Sea and the mighty volcano. There are about 15 beaches on the island, but 3 of them are calling cards. The Black Beach, the longest beach on the island with fine black volcanic sand and pebbles, many bars and taverns, the Red Beach with red pebbles and the White Beach with quite rare white pebbles, surrounded by pumice rocks. Santorini's calling card is the town of Oia. The small but stunningly beautiful town is famous for its incredible sunsets. An exciting adventure will be a trip to the island of Nueva Kvemada, which is home to an active volcano. Here you can take a walk around the volcano and also take hot baths in the springs. According to myths, the city of Nafplion was named after its founder, Nafplion, son of Poseidon and Amymone. Archaeological findings proved that Nafplion existed already in the period of Mycenaean civilization and was a major port, the sea gate of Argolida. Historical traces of the Ottomans, Byzantines, Venetians, and other peoples have contributed to the captivating appeal of this charming coastal town, where citadels and fortresses adorn the hillsides. For many centuries, the city has occupied an important place in the history of the state. Nafplion was the first capital of independent Greece, liberated in 1828 after 400 years of Turkish rule. The most characteristic landmark of the city is the stone castle, which is located on a rocky hill high above Nafplion, as well as the small round fortress of Birdsey, built on an island in the center of the harbor. The island of Corfu, located in the Ionian Sea off the northwest coast of Greece, is famous for its rich cultural heritage, rugged mountains, and stunning beaches. Corfu is often ranked among the top 10 tourist destinations in Greece and is a versatile option for families, partygoers, and active travelers alike. Like the island, the Greeks themselves call its capital not Corfu, but Kerkyra. The historic part of the city is built inside fortifications. This jumble of narrow cobblestone streets is full of unique flavor, which since 2007 has been under UNESCO protection. The architecture of Kerkyra is a stunningly complex and harmonious blend of traditional Greek style with Byzantine, English, French, Venetian, and Turkish. Each city block has beautiful buildings, cozy cafes, and world-famous landmarks. Don't miss the Church of St. Spyridon of Trimophont, the Paleofrurio and Neofrurio forts, a multitude of museums, and the city's most beloved street, Liston Street. Zakynthos, a charming island in the Mediterranean Sea, is famous for its vibrant nightlife, white sandy beaches with azure-colored water, and impressive chalk cliffs. For beach lovers, Zakynthos is one of the best destinations in Greece, with 27 beaches on the island. The nature of the island is simply stunning in its beauty, and coming here, the first thing you feel is the powerful aromas of grapes, citrus, flowers, and coniferous forests. It is not for nothing that the ancient Greek philosopher Homer described Zakynthos as an amazing place drowning in emerald forests. To see the main attractions and to get to know the culture of the locals, travelers go to the capital of the island, Zakynthos. The city's exterior has a Venetian influence, which is why Zakynthos is often referred to as the Venice of the East. Near the old promenade, there are many stores, souvenir stores, and cozy taverns where you can have a delicious lunch overlooking the sea. Be sure to visit the famous Navajo Beach, also known as Shipwreck Cove, which is best visited with a private tour before the crowds arrive. This cove is one of the most photographed places in Greece, making Zakynthos a must-see destination. Rhodes Island, home of the Knights of the Order of the Ionites, pearl of the Dodecanessos archipelago. The island of Rhodes has many names. The city of the same name on the island of Rhodes was founded in the early 5th century BC. It was in this polis of ancient Greece that the famous Colossus of Rhodes, one of the 7 wonders of the world, was located. Medieval Rhodes is a real outdoor museum. It is a landmark of national importance and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Everything about the place, from the walls and gates to the churches and mosques, tells of the rich past of the city and Greece itself. In the central part of the city, surrounded by fortress walls, time seems to stand still. Nowhere else will you find such an amazing historical atmosphere, as if you were the first inhabitant of the ancient island. The Palace of the Grand Masters, Knights of the Order of Ionites, located in the capital of the island, is like an ancient gateway to the historical Looking Glass. Before traveling to Rhodes with children, it is worth reading the myths of ancient Greece. Agree. It will be much more interesting for a child to go to the island where the sun god Helios lived. Meteora, one of the most unusual places, not only in Greece but in the whole Europe. The complex of monasteries collectively called Meteora is considered one of the modern wonders of the world. Once a place of refuge for hundreds of Orthodox monks, it has now become a popular tourist destination. When invasions of Greece by crusaders and invaders from neighboring countries began in the 13th century, the steep cliffs of Meteora became a reliable protection for the monks. In 1334, the monk Athanasius of Meteora founded the Monastery of the Transfiguration of the Lord, or Great Meteora, on a 613-meter-high rock, which became the main and most famous building of the complex. He named the rock, which served as his home, Meteora, floating in the air. Soon, the whole area became known as Meteora. Earlier, it was possible to get to the monastery only by cable cars, but after the Second World War, a more comfortable road was built from the nearby town of Kalimbaki, and now the monasteries can be reached by serpentines cut in the rocks. Halkidiki is a peninsula, which is not the first 10 years among the most popular places for vacation in Greece. In addition to the mainland, rich in picturesque villages, resorts, and attractions, it includes 3 peninsulas. Cassandra is the choice of those who prefer active vacations. Sithonia is famous for its unspoiled nature and calm atmosphere. Athos is a place of pilgrimage for believers. Each of the peninsulas has its own character and offers something special. The most popular and visited resorts of Halkidiki are concentrated on Cassandra, on a narrow isthmus at the point where Cassandra is separated from the mainland by a canal is Nea Potidea. The resort is known for its good sandy beaches and the Potidea Canal, which is one of the most photographed places in Halkidiki. The eastern peninsula of Halkidiki is suitable for those who seek peace and dream of touching Greek holy places. It is here that the most important Orthodox sanctuary of Mount Athos is located, with more than 20 spiritual centers of different Christian cultures. Mycenae is an ancient city in Argolida, one of the centers of Mycenaean culture, later of Greek civilization. At the end of the Bronze Age, Mycenae was an important center of the ancient world, which is why the first Greek civilization was called Creto-Mycenaean. Here, in prehistoric times, the legendary king Agamemnon, who led the Achaean campaign against Troy, ruled. On the picturesque slopes of the hill, one can now see the ruins of houses, and at the very top are the remains of the palace of Agamemnon, in which the leader of the Greeks was killed on his return from Troy. Only the floor remains of it, as this magnificent structure was completely burned down. The walls surrounding the Acropolis of the city, huge in their size, were made of gigantic slabs, which, according to myth, were erected by one-eyed giant cyclopes under the careful guidance of Perseus. They are so called Cyclopean. To the Acropolis of Mycenae led to the famous building, Lion's Gate. This construction has survived to our days. It was built of huge stones and decorated with a bas-relief with the image of two lionesses, symbolizing the power of the royal dynasty. Athens is the ancient cultural center of Greece and just a very beautiful and distinctive city. It is a real museum city consisting of unique monuments and architectural masterpieces. Everything here is permeated with the spirit of history. From the narrow medieval streets of Plaka to the majestic Acropolis and Parthenon, and if you want to unravel all the secrets of the city, it will take a lot of time. Athens is located on the coast of the Aegean Sea. The city is surrounded by mountains from different sides, and the Kiphisos River separates the port of Piraeus from the rest of the city. To get acquainted with the city, of course, you should start with the Acropolis. For thousands of years, it has been a symbol of Athens, a sacred rock, a link that connects the luxury of ancient Greek civilization with modernity. In the distant past, it was adorned with many temples and sculptures, but today only the temple of Nike Apteros, the Erechtheion, and the famous Parthenon remain of all this splendor. The hill offers a beautiful view of the city as if scattered below, and its temples are a great place to explore the culture and history of ancient Greece. Good news for those who like to stroll through museums. There are over 250 of them in Athens. It is worth visiting the National Archaeological Museum with the richest collection of ancient art objects, the Museum of Ceramics, the Museum of Greek Folk Art, the Museum of Greek Costume, and so on. Just a short drive or bus ride from the Cretan capital, Heraklion, you will find the ruins of Knossos. These ancient remains of a Bronze Age palace once served as the great abode of the mighty Minoan civilization that dominated the region over 5,000 years ago. The Palace of Knossos is where the Minotaur's labyrinth is said to have been located. It is perhaps one of the most famous attractions in Crete today. Only the gorgeous Cretan Sea and equally gorgeous Cretan beaches can be more popular than this place. For thousands of years, the labyrinth existed only in legends. But in 1878, a local merchant and antiquities collector, Minos Kalokerinos, during the construction of storage facilities, stumbled upon the ruins of an ancient building and a number of artifacts. The Palace of Knossos was enormous. Its dimensions are approximately 130 by 180 meters. At the same time, the structure in some places had 5 floors. In fact, it was a kind of palace city, like the Forbidden City in ancient China. Now you know which of Greece's attractions are worth visiting first. Write in the comments what interesting places of the city would be worth including in our rating, and what impressions you have from a walk in Greece. Don't forget to put likes and subscribe to our channel, and see you in the next video.